What is this? Build your dreams. Crazy that it can't put its power down to the road. Have some fun with it when someone is sitting there. Oops. Oh, he's definitely quicker. Hello everyone, welcome to Car Spotter Belgium. I'm Thibaut and today we are taking a look at this new Chinese brand which appeared recently on our market. In this video I will tell you everything about this car. We will do a quick walk around, show you the inside, and later on I will also take you for a drive. For those who don't know anything about this car yet, tell me at the end of the video what you think of it and if you are surprised by it or not. So what is this? Build your dreams. Of course that's where BYD stands for, and this is their Han. It's an electric vehicle which produces 520 horsepower and 680 Newton meters of torque. They are warning you a little bit of how fast this car is, for those who understand. They put this 3.9 S logo here underneath the Han, and it has nothing to do with the type of engine or model generation. No, this is the acceleration time from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. So it is possible to accelerate from 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds. 245 horsepower is delivered to the front axle and the other 272 horsepower is delivered to the rear wheels. And that power is delivered to a Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tire, which is 245 by 45 on a 19-inch rim. So those tires are 245 wide on all four wheels. And I guess they have just underestimated the amount of power of this car, because sometimes starting from zero the front wheels do give a little bit of wheel spin, which is crazy that it can't put its power down to the road even when it is a 4x4. At the front we have a perforated brake disc, which is pretty big actually, and a Brembo caliper. It weighs about 2,200 kilograms, and I guess due to the weight distribution you feel that the nose is just a little bit lighter, and that is probably also the reason of getting just a little bit of wheel spin sometimes. Of course that weight is due to the battery. It has a 85.4 kilowatt hour battery pack, so practically about 82 kilowatts. And they claim that it has a range of 520 kilometers with one single battery charge. The loading port is here at the right side, and AC it is possible to charge up to a speed of 11 kilowatts, and DC you can charge it up at a speed of 120 kilowatts an hour. To open the boot you got a little button down here, and when you push it the boot lid automatically opens. It has a trunk capacity of 410 liters, and it can't be expanded by laying down the rear seats because you can't lay them down. So it is a quite big trunk, so quite deep, and the opening is not very bad. But loading some longer stuff inside here is just not possible. A beautiful thing about the Han is probably the LED lights. So you got a sleek LED light from the left to the right, and also some sliding blinkers. Let us now take a look at the interior. On the inside we find a combination of a brown and I guess dark blue leather in combination with some wooden panels, which looks very nice. I think the interior just looks very sportive. You got these very sportive seats which are electrically adjustable. A little bit more about the infotainment screen. So I will turn the car on this beautiful Prisma starting button, and we got a little animation. There are a couple of screens on here. You got, of course, a digital cluster behind the steering wheel, and which also got a lot of settings in here which you can select from. But of course the main screen is probably the one you are going to use the most. So we got DHB radio, navigation, Spotify. It does support Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And you can download some more applications for the main screen. There is somewhere a sort of Play Store on here or something, but it works like a tablet. So when you open, for example, your phone, you can see that you have the application open here, or something like settings. So you can close it like this, just as you do on a tablet or a phone. There is a little interesting application which is vehicle image. So there are 11 cameras equipped on this car, I thought it was. So we got a top view, 360 view, which is very nice. You can see the front, the rear and both sides, and these are the same, but the top view is just off. And you also got 3D, where you can just slide around the car, and it looks very high to detail. Got a little storage compartment down here with two cup holders, a USB-A and USB-C port, and also a wireless charging pad. And there is another wireless charging pad here. This is the gear lever, which is of course placed in the center, and it is fits just perfectly in the hand. It is illuminated, which is very nice. We also got some LED lights here at the dashboard and down here at the doors and also at the rear, and it just looks very, very beautiful by night. There are some buttons down here, and at the moment they are barely visible. By night they illuminate, but during the day they are not always illuminated and you can't barely see what they are. So I do know that this is traction off. I see parking sensors. This is the ventilation on and off. But it is very hard to see what it actually is. But by night they are illuminated, but it is a little bit of a disadvantage that you barely see what they are by day. And of course they again put some glossy material at the parts that you need to touch frequently. I don't know why they always do that. It of course does look very nice when it is clean, but if I put my hands on there are just fingerprints everywhere. But anyways, we got another storage compartment down here with two flaps, and there is a wireless charging pad for your key and two other USB ports, and also a 12-volt port. Above us is a panoramic roof, and it can be opened due to these touch buttons here. It goes in two steps. So this is the first step, and you need to push it another time to open it completely. Closing goes the same way. And you got another touch button to close the sun visor. Just like that. I'm now sitting in the back, and I need to say this is just business class. I'm a driver who sits very much to the back mostly, but as you can see, I do got a lot of leg room. The headroom is just a little bit less, however they do got some holes in here to expand the headroom just a little bit, but my hair is still touching the roof a little bit. But it is, of course, acceptable. It is not very bad. What do we have more here? We got a little screen in the center where you can just change your temperature or the ventilation speed, but you first need to unlock it and then you can change it. But there is also another manner, and that's in the armrest, because there is another screen here which is very nice. It works fine. You can change also your temperature right here. Music, the lighting in here, but of course it is not visible during the daylight. The seats, so you can change your the front passenger seat from behind. I don't know why that is. You can have some fun with it when someone is sitting there. Oops, I'm not giving you IDs, but it is possible. You can close and open the sunroof and the sun visor, and there are probably some other things to do here, which is very nice. At this armrest you got two more cup holders here, a storage compartment and a ski hatch, and this is the only way to enter or to have direct entrance into the boot, and this is the only opening you have to load some longer stuff inside of this car, because you can't lay down the rear seats. You can adjust the rear seats due to this button inside of the doors, and it works really well. So the first thing to start with is probably the most interesting thing, and that is the 4x4 system. And as you know, I'm a huge fan of 4x4 systems in electric cars, because it got a really direct power response, and in the most cars also a lot of power to handle with, and in this car it is a really recommended thing. So BYD has done that correctly. It does have that. So we also have power modes. So now we are in eco, and I guess it gives around 200 kilowatt of power when you put your foot down. Then we also got normal, and that's around 320, and then we also got sport mode, and then it gives an extra 50 kilowatts. So I guess 370. That's something I have seen on the left here, so it shows you on the display how much power you are using. So overtaking, I will switch to sport mode. It is just very, very easy. But there is one problem with it, and I have an idea what the reason of that is. So when you are in sport mode and you put your foot down, it does not give its maximum amount of power every time. So it depends, and one time it gives around 300 kilowatts, and another time it gives its maximum of, I guess that has something to do with road conditions, so the traction or the grip it has on the road, just to avoid getting wheel spin or traction loss while accelerating. So I guess that's the reason for it. But of course it is more than 500 horsepower which you have under your foot. So I was also a bit surprised when I heard that the first time, because we have also had a Auto 3, which is another model of BYD. I haven't reviewed it, I only took some pictures of it because a colleague of mine had that car, and that one had 204 horsepower, I guess. I don't know exactly, but that's the reason why I was a bit surprised that this one had 520 horsepower, and also the Tang, which is the more SUV of this one, but it has the same driveline and engine. So it is really crazy that it does have that. We are also testing a Giulia Quadrifoglio, and we are going to see which one is fastest here. Oh, he's definitely quicker. Oh damn, he is. So he has also 520 horsepower, only rear wheel drive, so that's the only difference. So I guess at traffic lights or just in acceleration from 0, I guess this one is quicker off the line. I hope we get the chance to do that in a minute. So, but rolling start, it's clearly that the Alfa Romeo is faster. I guess we are going to do a second run. Okay, he's losing traction. Oh, there he is, there he is. Yeah, he's gaining. So you saw when he hit the gas, he was losing a bit of traction, and of course this is 4x4, so, and we got direct power, so that's the difference between the electric and of course petrol engine. But it's very nice to see the difference between those cars, because they both got the same amount of horsepower. And it is sad, I think we can't do another run because I ran under 20% and he is not giving the full amount of power anymore. So that's sad to see, but yeah, that's life of course. So, but you have seen that the Alfa Romeo is definitely quicker in a rolling start, and I guess just by takeoff this one will definitely be quicker off the line, because he is rear wheel drive. It is also wet today, so that's the difference. So we are going to try how it goes. Yeah, I tried to told him that he's not giving the full amount of power anymore, but yeah, we are going to see how it goes, right? So as you see, I don't got the full amount of power and he is searching for grip, so that's the thing. And I knew that was coming, so yeah, if he had the full amount of power, yeah, he was just lost. But yeah, the Alfa Romeo, very nice car. Yes, indeed. Searching for grip, he says. So I guess this was everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and now you saw everything about the BYD Han and how it compares to cars like these. So thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Bye.